Love hearing from you guys. All right. Moving on here. All
Moving
right,
on,
next
moving
topic.
on.
So they did end up issuing a 2-year ban for Donald Trump off social media. No tweeting, no Facebook, no Instagram. They get then giving him a 2-year ban. How do you feel about them banning Trump off social media for 2 years?
Um, I don't know, honestly. Like, the guy spoke some real shit and he said a lot that I'm sure not many could agree with, including me, but I'm not so fucking sensitive, so I really don't give a shit. But, he said some stuff that has been sexist to others, that has been, not um, favoritized in the community, as far as something we wouldn't say every day or that we're not allowed to say. I think that Trump kind of had his freedom as freedom of speech to talk on the social media platforms, but when he was commander in chief, I think there was a lot of shit he shouldn't have said. Um, Being banned on social media is pretty bad, but I think it's President Trump, or former president, sorry, Trump, and he'll find a way to do some adjudication platform, some sort of website where he's gonna be able to, blog and speak his mind again. It's Trump. I mean, he's got high class people like that. He'll end up creating some sort of alternative in the social media world. I don't know if he'll be banned off Twitter, be banned off Instagram, banned off Facebook, but I'm sure he'll have some sort of website he'll be opening soon. Um, I don't know, man.
Yeah, like you said, he could have scaled back a little bit while he was president.
He
Um,
could have. That I agree with.
yeah,
As president, it is your job to represent the country well. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of shit that he didn't really have a filter. And he was not a politician. Most people need to understand that too. Trump is not a politician, so he's not, you know, conservative in a way that he's going to filter what comes out of his mouth. But he did say a lot of what, us, uh, oh man, I can't say, I can't think today. Patriots would honestly have said. If we could open our mouth and talk, he has spoke a lot of our minds for us. As a right wing patriot, he has spoke for them already, and I think he got a lot of views from that. A lot of people looked up from that, and then you have the other side that's completely like, no, fuck you. You have no filter. You're trash. So I think being banned off social media is a good thing maybe for him, because obviously people didn't like his views anyway, right?
I mean, I'm not gonna say everybody didn't. He had a lot of support. He has a lot of
Mostly,
supporters.
mostly, yeah.
I would say, the 2-year ban. If I was him, I just, I'd take it and run with it, honestly, because
Yeah.
you did, you did the little speech and you did all that, and you riled all the people up to storm the Capitol building,
Mm.
and the worst thing you got out of it was a 2-year ban on social media. I mean, I would take that personally, because I feel as though if I would have went and riled up a bunch of people to go storm the Capitol building, I think my punishment would be way worse than 2 years banned off social media. They'd probably be trying to lock my ass up. But I mean, a 2-year social media ban,
You'd be
take
probably
that.
afraid to sleep at night, People knew
Yeah,
where you
that's what I'm
lived.
saying. The consequences would be way worse if it was my black ass. But like I said, a 2-year social media ban, and honestly, I feel as though this is making him stronger. You ban the guy, you try to censor him. By the time he comes back, I feel as though Trump's gonna have a lot of momentum behind him. He's gonna have a lot of momentum behind him going into the next election if he chooses to run again. So yeah, I think he's gonna have a lot of momentum behind him by the time they do release the ban. He's gonna be giving a lot of takes. He's gonna be giving a lot of his opinion, and I
Mhm.
think come next election, he's gonna be making a lot of noise. So, me personally, I
Yeah.
think them censoring him right now is really making him stronger.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Raj. And then I also think that he could turn around and just make his own Facebook, or make his own website too. If he really wants to be heard that bad, he can turn around and do that. He can have his own server, his own hosting platform. He can do that himself. He doesn't have to be on the majority of those sites. Those are Fortune 500 sites anyway. All paid programming and filtration process. You know how it is.
Yeah. A lot of the social media, the owners and stuff, they're putting in a lot more restrictions and sanctions on what people can and can't say now,
Oh,
especially when it
I
comes to
know. I've been there.
politics.
I've been banned off Facebook quite a few times. Okay.
Yeah, see, they're putting a lot more restrictions on these things now. So you just got to be
Oh
conscious
man.
of that while you're on there. I mean, at the end of the day, I think everybody should have the right to their opinion, their viewpoint. Just because you don't have the same political views as me or the same viewpoints, I don't think you should be banned or, you know,
No,
like
no,
everybody should have the right to their opinion, whether it's to the right or
you're
to the left. It
absolutely
doesn't really
right.
matter. But as long as nobody's not threatening anybody or talking about anybody's kids or anything like that, everybody should have the right to their opinion.
You're absolutely right, Raj. I'm treading water. Honestly, I'm just baby stepping because this is something that I've spoke about frequently on Facebook. This is something I've spoke about on Instagram. A part of our constitution is that you say what you will, and in freedom of speech, right? So if we're not harming anybody and we're not causing we're not causing any threat to anybody, I think that that's something that is they're just trying they're just smoke screening it. You know what I'm saying? There's something he's saying and they're not liking it. The social media platforms, the developers, whatever, they're not liking it. There's something he's saying or somebody else is saying, and if they don't like it, then they have the reason to ban you, or they have the reason to shadow ban you. And I've been there personally. I know what shadow ban is. I've actually had to make 2 Instagram accounts because of that. So I don't think that's necessarily fair, nor does it really make me want to join again because I feel like my freedom of speech is being taken fucking away. And I don't like that at all. Like if I'm going to sign up for your platform and I'm going to support you or I'm going to give you money for promotions, then I get to say what the hell I want without actually threatening or hurting somebody. But I understand what you're saying. What happened in the Capitol is very confusing. And for him getting the 2 years ban, I guess you should take that. You should 100% take that.
But yeah,
We
yeah,
don't
but like
know. We just
yeah,
don't
but
know
like you
yet.
said though, people at the end of the day, we're Americans and we have the right to freedom of speech. And
It's in our freaking
when
constitution,
people
man.
yeah, when people's freedom of speech starts getting taken away, then you start having issues there. It kind of seems like a lot of these owners and these techs or these social media platforms, when people's viewpoints and political viewpoints don't align with theirs, then it's an issue when they become censoring them and
Damaging
so,
their company, damaging their reputation. They're like, look, man, I just spoke my mind. I service everybody, but I just spoke my mind on one platform. And now all of a sudden, you know, we become soft, man.
yeah, absolutely.
This could really lead into another conversation of brainstorming and dubbing down the American race. I could talk about that all day long if you really wanted to tune in and listen to me ramble, but let's just be fair for these people if they're watching and just say they're dumbing us down, man. They're trying to make everybody act a certain way. A certain person acting out is different to the majority, right? We are not allowed to act out. We are not allowed to say certain things. It's actually crucial and wrong. And yeah, I mean, it just goes back to, hey, we have freedom of speech and we have freedom to protest peacefully. That's it. You can't take that away. They'll never be able to take that away. Once you
Absolutely.
start taking away our constitution, it's going to be a problem. We will start losing this country.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But at the end of